Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. If this is Drake's crew, if this is Drake doing this, this is dope. I'm just saying. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, I got a good show set up for you guys today. I got two lead stories. We're going to talk about Drake and Metro Boomin, and then we're going to talk about the Forbes Billionaires list. Then I got quick news, Michelle Obama, Lizzo, Sexyy Red, Donald Trump. We got speed news, question of the day. There's a good question of the day. How many dates should you go on before you make things official? And then we're going to close it out with a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, devices, or your radios up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Metro Boomin shows receipts that he got hacked. All right, so this is the ongoing beef between Drake, Future, and Metro Boomin. And Metro just tweeted out yesterday that his phone was hacked. He had to give it to security. And his iCloud was hacked, and he's showing receipts. And one of the biggest things that's part of the receipts is that he got repeated phone calls from a Toronto number, from multiple Toronto numbers. And that was one of the reasons why he had to put his phone on airplane mode. And that was one of the things where he's like, all right, something is wrong. Now, of course, you know, he's beefing with Drake. And if you have if you're getting multiple calls, like thousands of calls from a 416 number, everyone out online is thinking that this is Drake's people hacking Metro Boomin and getting back at him for dissing him. So I'll give you guys a couple of the receipts that Metro put out, and you judge for yourselves. All right. This is Metro Boomin's first tweet. Just got my phone number and account back today. Someone hacked me the day the album dropped. Shaking my head. And all those corny tweets, all my day ones know there's no way that's in my character. I don't even know the tweets he's talking about, to be honest with you. Then he finishes this tweet off by saying, all positivity, always on my end. We blessed. It's all love. All right. Then the second tweet says, it all started 2 days before the album dropped. And all these 416 numbers were calling me back to back 1 million times. It got so bad that I had to put my phone on airplane mode. This picture here that I have that I'm showing up on YouTube, for those of you who are not following me, follow me on YouTube at Trent Out Loud. But the numbers are blocked out. There are some sites that have exposed the numbers, but I didn't want to expose the numbers just in case. But anyway, but we at least see that they're 416 numbers. Then he put out another tweet that where this kind of gets a little dangerous, where he goes, these N-words ported my number out to another carrier, hacked my iCloud, and I had to file a whole police report and wait all week to finally get my number back. And he shows this proof here where it says City of Atlanta Police, and it looks like to be what is a police report. Of course, a lot of things are blacked out, but he's just showing proof that he was hacked. Then his third tweet was, I woke up 2 days after the album dropped on my phone, to my phone saying I had signed out of iCloud and I no longer had service on my phone. So that was part of him being hacked. Then the fourth tweet says, I eventually got an email from Balenciaga, my Balenciaga rep, asking me about an order I had placed, and I was confused about it. Then he shows the email. I'm not going to read you the whole email, but it was like, hey, Metro, this is Sean. I've been trying to reach you about your order that you placed. I need credit cards. I need information. I just keep getting texts from you, but I need credit card information if you want me to send this out. So whoever hacked into his phone started texting his rep from Balenciaga saying, hey, I want to order all of this stuff. But of course, it really wasn't him. So anyways, so his rep was emailing him. Then he said, his fifth tweet, he says, I told my rep at Balenciaga to screenshot all the texts from the person that he got. Then he sends screenshots where you could see somebody texting him. They're ordering boots. They're ordering purses, a Chanel bag, which I find weird because why would Balenciaga have a Chanel bag? But then he shows us the total from the text messages. The hackers tried to order $23,000 worth of Balenciaga to Houston, but Metro Boomin is saying that he was all the way out in Atlanta. So why they're sending it to Houston, I don't know. Anyways, the 7 text, he goes on to show more receipts. And then he closes off by saying, this is why I never store any music or anything important on any digital cloud. I'm old school. I still keep my hard drives in safes. So you guys let me know, does that sound like something Drake and his team may have a part in doing? Could it have just been hackers just hacking him and then, just hacking in and calling from a bunch of Toronto numbers? I don't want to put it out there. I don't want to get like Drizzy and his people in trouble. But if you do your research, do Google Kanye West talking about beefing with Drake. And Kanye breaks down how scientific Drake gets with his beefs. And he's talking about how Drake will call your ex-girlfriend and start dating her. And he'll wear if he's beefing with a basketball player, he'll wear jersey numbers or their old Drake doesn't just come out and diss you on a track. He does things to get in your head and to mess with you. So I said that I didn't like all the on stage stuff that he was doing and the subliminal captions on his Instagram. I didn't like that. But if this is Drake's crew, if this is Drake doing this, this is dope. I'm just saying, because losing your phone, losing your iCloud, that is really gonna work on somebody. It's dirty, but hey, all fair in love and war, right? So like I said, I don't know 100% sure Drake isn't claiming this, but the 416, it's putting a little bit of whatever, way more than a hint, obviously, or maybe this is somebody like a crazy Drake fan doing this. But anyways, you guys let me know. You guys think this is Drake's one shot back at Future and Metro Boomin, or do you guys think that it was just some regular hackers just trying to have fun? Send me an email, trentoutloud@cfqr600.com, or on all my social media accounts, or on YouTube at Trent Out Loud. All right, in our second lead story, Forbes has announced its billionaire list. I don't know why we go so crazy about this, because we all know who the billionaires are. It really doesn't change that much, but I can't lie, I'm intrigued. So I'm pretty sure you might be as well too. So I'll read them out to you. I'll read to you the top 10, and then I'll get to the notable ones. Bernard Arnault and family, 233 billion people. Sorry, billion people. $233 billion. Bernard Arnault oversees LVMH, the empire that oversees 75 fashion brands and cosmetics like Louis Vuitton and Sephora, whatever. So Bernard Arnault and family is number one at 233 billion. Note that Elon Musk is number two. Elon Musk used to be number one. Now Elon Musk is number two at $195 billion. Jeff Bezos, as you all know, Amazon, $194 billion. Number five, Mark Zuckerberg, you all know Facebook. Larry Ellison, $149 billion. I don't know. He's a chief technology officer and co-founder of the software giant at Oracle. I don't know what that is, but it's tech. Warren Buffett, my boy Warren, Uncle Warren, investor, Oracle of Oklahoma, they call him, 133 billion. Bill Gates, Microsoft, 128 billion. Steve Ballmer, 121 billion. That is also at Microsoft, former CEO of Microsoft. Who is next? Okay, 9 and 10, you guys won't even know. Here, Larry Page, we don't know, CEO of Alphabet. All right, so let's get to some notable celebrities. The highest celebrity athlete entertainer is Michael Jordan at $3.2 billion. It seems so small when you're talking about people that have 200 billion and 100 something billion. But Michael Jordan is still on the list, comes from nothing, 2.3 billion. Shout out to MJ. Then you have Oprah, another self-made coming from nothing, 2.8 billion. Jay-Z, my gosh, coming from Marcy Projects, 2.5 billion. Then you have Kim Kardashian. I mean, she came from a little bit of richness. I mean, her father was a lawyer, but Yeah, I mean, we can't say that Kim's coming from the trenches, but still have to respect what she has made for herself. Kim Kardashian with 1.7 billion. Tyler Perry, my gosh, Tyler Perry was homeless, sleeping in his car. 1.4 billion for Tyler Perry. Rihanna, 1.4 billion. Shout out to Rihanna, of course, again, coming from Barbados, coming from the West Indies. And then the kid from Akron, LeBron James, at $1.2 billion. And then rounding out, you have Taylor Swift at 1.1 billion. And what is interesting, very interesting, is that Taylor Swift has become the first billionaire off of music alone, according to Forbes. So that just that reminds me that, like, whenever we're talking about billionaires or net worth, I always like to remind people, I'm sure most of you know, but I always like to just remind people that not all billionaires or even multimillionaires are created equal. Okay, nobody is liquid that has like billions of dollars in cash, but when you're like well diversified, like i.e. Jay-Z, and when your $3 billion is coming from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different places, then that's a great portfolio to have, because a pandemic, a shift in technology and culture, whatever, is not going to really shift your wealth, right? Whereas somebody like Kanye, that he proclaimed himself to be the richest black man in the United States of America, worth $6 billion, he did not have a diverse portfolio. All his wealth was made up from his Adidas deal. And as soon as that Adidas deal was taken away, in one day, he went from being worth, well, he really wasn't ever worth $6 billion. It was more like 3, 4, but he went from being worth $3, $4 billion to not even being on the billionaire list in one day. So I say all of that to say, Taylor Swift being a billionaire off of music alone is amazing. Not as scary as Kanye, because hers is not attached to just a deal that could be taken away. Hers is her music, is her writing, but still not as diversified as somebody like Oprah or Michael Jordan, or most of these people that are here. Maybe Rihanna is a little bit, she could fall off at some point, because a lot of hers is tied to Fenty, where it's one brand. But anyways, I just like to note that when we're talking about these kind of high level celebrities, and that's why they can kind of like come and go depending on how diversified they are. But I know Oprah, Jay-Z, and Michael Jordan are very, very well diversified. So anyway, shout out to everybody that made the list. And I wondered, like, where's Dr. Dre? Because I remember when he sold Beats, he was up there, but I don't see him there anymore. Who else is notable that's not on? Well, of course, Kanye. I think those are the only two that would kind of like, they were on and kind of like off. The rest is kind of pretty much on there for the past couple of years. I know LeBron was there for the last 2 years. So anyways, shout out to all the people that made it from nothing into billionaires. You guys are inspirational. Shout out to y'all. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Michelle Obama congratulates Beyoncé on the success of Cowboy Carter. You have changed the game once again by helping redefine a music genre and transforming our culture. Y'all know I'm a big Michelle Obama fan and Beyonce fan, so I love this. I'll read it to you guys quickly. I don't know if I'll read the whole thing, but I'll read to you a little bit of the caption. Cowboy Carter is a reminder that despite everything we've been through, to be heard, seen, and recognized, we can still dance, sing, and be who we are unapologetically. This album reminds us that we all have power. There's power in our history, in our joy, and in our votes. And we can each use our own gifts and talent to make our voices heard on the issues that matter most to us. Together, we stand up for what we believe in, and we must do that at the ballot box this year. The issue that impacts us most at the ballot across the country, from equal pay to racial discrimination to proactive healthcare and climate change. As Queen Bee says at the end of Yeah, we need to keep the faith and vote. We can go and register, et cetera, et cetera. So I just thought that was a nice little, note to Beyonce. She's sliding in the politicalness out there and using this as a way to kind of get us out to vote, which we should all go vote. But I thought that was nice. And again, just more praise out to Queen Bee. All right, and our second quick story. Lizzo posts a message on her Instagram clarifying her recent comments when she said, "I quit." For those of you who don't remember, I'll read a little couple of sentences to you. I'm getting tired of putting up with being dragged by everybody in my life and on the internet, blah, blah, blah. She said she quit. So everybody assumed that she was talking about music. All the blogs were like, she's quitting music. I knew she wasn't quitting music, but here was her statement.
I want to make this video because I just need to clarify. When I say I quit, I mean I quit giving any negative energy attention. What I'm not going to quit is the joy of my life, which is making music, which is connecting to people.
So I've been on record standing up for Lizzo a million times. I'm a little bit disappointed in this. Like she knew what she was doing when she said she quit, and she knew it was just going to create more viral attention and for her for really nothing. Like she didn't really need to do this. She knows what people in the media would have done when she said I quit. So there's no real need for this. But I do get the message that she's just really fed up. This really just started when Candace Owens was making her media tour, her black media tour. And every time Candace Owens goes anywhere, she always has to throw in Lizzo and body shame her and drag her. So I knew where this was coming from. But, you know, Lizzo didn't need to do this. It's not like she had an album out or whatever. Like she didn't need to drag this on for 3 or 4 days. But I still respect the message, and I'm always going to stand for Lizzo. But Liz, you didn't have to do this. We all knew you were going to quit music and give up your multi-million-dollar job just because of Candace Owens and people hating on you. All right. So let's not do this trickery and tricking the media for hits and attention. All right. But I still got your back. Love you. All right. In our third quick story, Donald Trump, Mr. Teflon Don, posts $175 million bond in his New York civil fraud case. I'll read to you a little bit of the story. Donald Trump has posted his $175 million bond in a judgment against him from the New York civil fraud case, putting a pause on actions that Attorney General Letitia James had against Donald Trump's properties and assets. According to CNN, the bond is underwritten by King Specialty Insurance, which is a California-based insurance company. Currently, the court document does not list the collateral that Trump used to secure the bond. As we previously recorded, the appellate court decided to reduce Donald Trump's $464 million bond down to $175 million on March the 25th. And granted him 10 days to post bond. So like I said every time I talk about Donald Trump is always going to get away. He's the Teflon Don. I don't think Donald Trump is ever going to go to jail. He's not going to be found guilty. This is all proceedings. He is way too connected and he's way too high up there. They'll make him go through the motions, but ain't nothing ever going to happen to Donald Trump. And I knew he wouldn't have to pay this $500 million. And And then I knew that he would eventually figure out a way to find this $175 million. So that's it. Donald Trump doesn't lose any of his properties. They're not liquidating any of his assets. We still don't know what he put up to get this bond. And we don't know the details on why nobody would give him a bond at $500 million. If you ask me, I think he could have gotten the bond for $500 million, but he came and said that he couldn't so that they would reduce it. These are just games that these people play, man. Anyways, Donald Trump gets to see another day. All right, in our fourth quick story, Sexyy Red recruits Drake, Aiden Ross, and Soulja Boy for her Get It Sexy visual, or for her Get It Sexy video. You all know I'm always talking about Sexyy Red. I love Sexyy Red. I love this video. I'm going to play a little bit of it on my YouTube channel. Go see it at Trent Out Loud. But it just goes to show how powerful Sexyy Red is. Okay, maybe not getting Soulja Boy, because, I mean, Soulja Boy ain't really popping out here that much anymore. But to be getting Drake, Aiden Ross, Drake is the biggest rapper in the game, and you know they're super close. Aiden Ross is the biggest streamer in the world. I like seeing Sexyy Red win. People commenting saying, only Sexyy Red could make Drake a video vixen. Somebody else wrote, Sexyy Red is a marketing genius. She's really going to be around forever at this. She's really going to be around forever at this point. Anyways, check out the video. It's really funny. Drake is like her boyfriend. I'll describe it for those of you who are not seeing it. They're like at a roller skating rink, and Drake is going up to buy slushies, and the girl at the desk is flirting with Drake, and Sexyy Red gets mad at him for like, yo, why is this girl flirting with you? Why are you flirting back? And Drake's like, oh, I'm just here to see you. Like he's almost like simping in the video. It's super funny. Well, we all know that Drake is down to make fun of himself all the time. The SNL skits, the stuff that he's done. Drake is always down to make fun of himself. So Drake is just making fun of himself and lending his celebrity again to Sexyy Red, his partner in crime. Let's not even get back into the whole Joe Budden stuff like we talked about yesterday. But yeah, Sexyy Red, Drake, Soulja Boy, Aiden Ross is coming back. Well, not coming back, put out a video. Check it out. Another Sexyy Red story. I'm always a fan of Sexyy Red. I'm always backing her. But she also put on her Instagram this new kind of like Betty Bopp hairstyle. And I love Sexyy Red, but I really do not like this hairstyle. And I hope it does not last. I like it with her red hair or her long hair or whatever different color. I don't like this short little bop she has on. So I hope it doesn't continue. I will put the picture up on my YouTube page. Check it out at Trent Out Loud. Send me some emails. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys like the video. Let me know if you like her new hairstyle. Trent Out Loud at cfqr600.com, or send me DMs or comments on all of my social platforms at Trent Out Loud. All right, in our fifth and last quick story, Christian Combs, Diddy's son, is being accused of sexual assault. The title of the headline is "Victim Accusing Diddy's Son of Sexual Assault and Drugging Her Says We Have Pictures of My Client's Injuries." This is the lawyer. This is the lawyer saying Christian Combs sexually assaulted his client and drugged her, and he has pictures. I really thought I was going to make it through the day without having a Diddy story or a Diddy update for you guys, but once again, Diddy or somebody in his family is in the headlines. This seems pretty serious, actually. I saw this once like earlier yesterday, and now it's kind of bubbling up. So I think there's a lot of validity to it. I'll read you a little bit of the story. The Jasmine brand exclusively reports details surrounding new allegations faced by Christian Combs, the son of Sean Combs, has been released. Earlier today, it was reported that Christian Combs is being named in a looming lawsuit accusing the rap star of sexually assaulting and drugging a woman. In an exclusive statement to the Jasmine brand, attorney Tyrone Blackburn confirms this and tells us that Diddy is aware of the lawsuit his son faces, and Diddy's attorneys have also been informed. Blackburn also tells us that he has photos of his client's injuries and adds it will be filed in the coming weeks. So the file had the case, the civil case has not been filed yet, but they're alerting Christian and Diddy that they're going to be filing. The reason why you alert them is to get your money now up front before we even file. So it's either that this will never come out because Diddy will just be like, hey, I don't want to get my son involved in this stuff and pay it off right now. It could be that it's a witch hunt and it never comes out because it's never really true. Or it could just, they don't pay anything and it comes out and if there's pictures, this could be like maybe even bigger than Diddy's case because we have pictures and it could just get wild out here for the Combs family. So that's like I said, man, every day there's something else that's coming out about Diddy, and now his son is involved in this case. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. I'll keep you guys up to date. I'll keep tracking this and letting you guys know what is going on. All right, this brings us to speed news. Ring my bell. Chad Ochocinco has advice for men to save money when they're dating or in a relationship with their girlfriend. Here's a clip.
Hey, y'all want to save some money? Learn how to do your girl's nails. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how much money you got. In this economy, having one less expense, it ain't a bad thing. So I'm doing my baby nails. We don't do acrylic no more. We do Gel X.
Ochocinco goes on to say, ladies, I'm available for service, and full sets of Gel X is only $50 during Ramadan. Fellas, I'd advise you to take heed in finding ways to eliminate expenses especially when it comes to your woman's upkeep and maintaining during these economic hard times. Factor in the expenses, even if you're rich, and total up how much it will save you in an 11-month span if you learn the basic essentials. Serious inquiries only. Don't waste my time. Get back to me, Chad. Anyways, Chad is just making a joke out here, but I thought it was funny that, he's just advising men out here to do their women's nails. I don't know if I'm down to save a buck here and there, but I don't know if I'm down to be doing my girls' nails, man. Let me know if you guys are down for that, but I'm out. All right, in our third speed story, the Shade Room has a viral calendar, and they've just updated their viral calendar for March. So we have a Q1 viral calendar. So I thought it would be fun to just remind you guys of the 3 viral moments for the past 3 months. So January is, of course, Cat Williams. This guy was everywhere, the most viral thing of the month. Then February is what really got me, because there's a picture of, the TikTok lady. I forgot her name there. Who the F did I get married to? The woman who made the 50 TikToks, 10-minute each, talking about her husband that lied to her or whatever, and she got signed to Hollywood, and they're doing this big film about her. So that was really big. Then there was a Drake picture, and I was like, Drake, what huge viral moment did Drake have in February? But then I remembered Drake had his manhood. Well, this is what they said. Drake's manhood seemingly making rounds online. Did you forget? I totally forgot that Drake got exposed. He was exposing himself online, and that video went around. Totally forgot about that. Well, I'm a guy. That's probably why I forgot about that. And then, of course, March is Diddy, right? With the raid. I think December could have been Diddy too, because that's when we first heard about this Cassie thing. But anyway, so that's it for Q1. For anybody who's keeping track of viral moments, Cat Williams, the TikTok lady, who the F did I marry, Drake's private parts being exposed on a plane, and Diddy. That is January, February, March viral moments. All right, and our third and final speed story, this is applying to Californians, no Canadians or no other state in the US. So I just want to preface that before I tell you, but California, $20 minimum wage for fast food workers just got underway today. It's in effect. Sorry, it was actually in effect yesterday. I got the story yesterday. So if you live in the California area, you can get $20 American, for all my Canadians, $20 American an hour for working at McDonald's or any fast food place. According to LA Times, California fast food workers are bringing home a little bit more cash. The state's new law, which boasts the minimum wage for fast food workers in the state from $7.25 to $20 an hour, went into effect yesterday. This is the first time the minimum wage in California has increased since 2009. Yo, this is crazy. In Canada, we raise our minimum wage every year. I remember that from when I had my stores. I think every May 1st, we increase, I think it's 25 cents or maybe 50, depending on the year and the inflation, the minimum wage gets raised. If I'm not mistaken, I think Quebec is probably around like 13, 14, and I'm thinking Ontario is probably like 15. So we're not too far away from the US. I'll continue reading the rest of it here. Workers and labor unions have championed for this new law, arguing that many workers in fast food restaurants are not teenagers working their first jobs, despite what most people think. However, restaurant owners have reportedly voiced concern about the increased pay leading to job cuts and higher prices for customers. That's the thing, right? You're going to put in these new laws, so they're going to raise the prices on hamburgers or fries or whatever is at that fast food restaurant, or what they'll do so that they don't lose their customers for raising prices, they'll just cut jobs. So a job that 3 people would have done, now they're just going to have 1 person do it, or maybe 1.5. So instead of 3 full-time employees, they'll have 1.5 full-time employees. Rich people will always get around this. But at the end of the day, ultimately, this is a good thing, and I hope that it continues and push. I was an employer. I never had a problem raising or paying out. These are the people that are the backbone of your company. So I always hated to see people cheapening out their employees. So I am for this. I'm backing it. Shout out to California. I hope this spreads over the entire US and Canada. Shout out to California. All right, this brings us to question of the day. How many dates should you go on before making things official? Okay, I was super interested to hear what people had to say about this. Let me go to the comment section. 8 years, because people start showing their true colors at 5 years. Okay, that's crazy. I think you should date 6 months to a year before having an official title. Okay, fair. Baby Jojo 95 wrote, anybody want to take me out on a date? I haven't been out since 2021. Okay, that's not answering the question, Jojo baby. Ashley Bryant wrote, one date, if it goes good, I'm ready for marriage. Okay, she's definitely obviously just trolling. Somebody wrote, nobody wants to be official or commit to anybody nowadays. That's kind of facts. King_Rome wrote, people saying at least a year are tripping. We're talking about a girlfriend title, not a wifey title. If you're unsure about wanting to be exclusive with somebody when you're 2 to 3 months into dating, then you're not 100% sure about the person. Very good point. Envia Erica wrote, each situation is different. That's between you and the person, in my opinion. Dominique Chin wrote, if I like a person, I'm ready to be official too quickly. That's my problem. I am Chazia wrote, trust the Holy Spirit. You'll know and be told. Nula Paulson wrote, until it feels right. Your heart knows, listen to it. So yeah, I agree with that last one. I don't think you could ever put a time restraint on things. And when I meet a girl and she's like, yo, I need this amount of time, or I need this, or I need that. Like whenever somebody comes to me with restrictions, I get super turned off. Like, I don't do this or I don't do that, I'm like out. So when that happens, if I'm meeting a girl like at dinner or a club or whatever, and somebody says that to me within the first hour, I don't even get their phone number. I don't whatever. So I could already tell, my answer is, I could already tell on the first conversation if this person has a chance or not. I could 100% know. Once I know that they have an opportunity for me, I don't mean to sound like arrogant, like an opportunity. I don't mean have an opportunity with me. I just mean there's an opportunity for this to work. That's what I mean by opportunity. So once I know there's an opportunity for us to click, then you still could be wrong because you can't know everything in an hour or two, but I'm a pretty good judge of character. But once I know there's an opportunity for us to click, I will know within the first 2, 3, 4 times, you know, and then ultimately, I think by the official, like you got to just check all those things that you thought are good after a couple of times. And I would say like a good couple of months, but it depends what happens in that month. I think you got to like do things with people. And that's what I don't like about, sorry, I know I'm rambling, but this is important. It's not necessarily the time. It's like doing things with people, like go around your friends with this person, try to have travel with this person somewhere, right? Like, you don't have to travel like a flight, but like I'm in Montreal, like, oh, let's go to Mont Tremblant for the weekend. Like going away with somebody tells you a lot about the person, like going and being with their friends. That doesn't take long to know. And like one person said, we're not talking about marrying or having kids, but to be like, yo, this is my girl, you can know fairly quickly. But I feel like when you put a certain time restraint, like nothing can happen. Like I just hate that. You got to just go with the flow and go with your feelings and not be so stringent about things. The people who are stringent about things, those people will mess things up that are supposed to organically happen. That's my answer. Take it or leave it, but that's just my advice. All right, this brings us to sports news. Of course, the whole sports world is still talking about Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. That was not last night's game, but what was it? Monday's game. So of course we're still talking about that, and we're still talking about the NCAA March Madness. We're now down to the Final Four. But I just wanted to highlight that Angel Reese was asked if she has made up her mind yet if she's going to the WNBA, and she said this. Take a listen.
Do you have any thoughts on your future plans in basketball?
I'll make a decision when I'm ready.
I'll make a decision when I'm ready. 48 hours, according to this article. She has 48 hours to make a decision. I'm assuming you have to just enter yourself into some sort of like draft or something. So she has 48 hours. So by the end of the week, I mean, it's Wednesday. By Friday, will know if she's going to the WNBA or not. My guess is that she will go into the WNBA. I think it's perfect time. She's not going to get any better. It's not like she's a freshman or a sophomore, right? She's 21 years old. Go in now. She just sprained her ankle in this last game. Don't take a whole other year, risk injury. There's hype on you right now. There's hype on the women's league. I don't think it's going to change within a year. Caitlin Clark is going. You should go. Whenever you think about Caitlin Clark, you think about Angel Reese. I would get drafted the same year, go to the WNBA the same year, get your money now. Don't stay in. Somebody send this to Angel Reese, please. Don't stay in college. Go to the WNBA, get your money. And if it's for degree-wise, like go back and get your degree after or in the summertime or do classes, whatever. But go into the draft, go into the WNBA. Please, Angel Reese, go. All right. That's it. That's it for the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For those of you who are listening on CFQR600.com, just want to remind you, you can always catch the Trent Out Loud podcast on YouTube or on podcast platforms without the music. Just search Trent Out Loud. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube or on podcast platforms, you can always check out my radio show on CFQR600.com. Or if you're in Montreal, 600 AM. We do have this podcast that you're listening to right now, but we also infuse music in it, 90s and 2000 hip hop and R&B. It's a good vibe. It's good. It's fun to hear the music and the quick news or whatever, and hear some good vibes and some good music in between. Thank you for checking me out. Hope you enjoyed the show. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace! For more content, you could subscribe, download, or listen to the Trent Out Loud podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts, or you could watch us on YouTube. Just search Trent Out Loud. For show times and updates, you could follow us on all social platforms at Trent Out Loud. Go to signupexpert.com/Trent. Once you sign up for all betting apps and get all your bonuses and get all your rewards, go to your app store and download BetStamp and use promo code TOL.